guys, this is Mr. Nice Guy 20107 here, along with some Katawa Shoujo, and the reason why I've not been posting this Katawa Shoujo is because I thought I recorded an episode and lost the footage, but that never really happened. And I'm just dumb. So, yeah. I think this is the 26th episode when we're at Hanako's birthday party. I walk down the hall of the girls' dormitories, my school bag in hand. A doll lies inside, carefully placed on top of a small box. I've been carrying the box in there for a while now, still not sure of what to do with it. This whole situation, come to think of it, is bizarre. While I've known Hanako's upcoming birthday party for a while now, I had no idea of exactly what the celebrations would be until I found a single note left in an abandoned tea room earlier today. I hold it up and read it again, double-checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting's fairly legible despite Liz's blindness, clear thanks to considerable effort and care. Hisao, we will be holding a party at my place. Please come at 6 o'clock to room 20225 in the girls' dormitory. Sorry for notifying you this way, but I have class representative duties. Lily, not reassured, I continue walking down the hallway until I reach Lily's dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but eventually give in. I can't read, apparently, but eventually give 3 sharp taps on the door. A brief and muffled exchange of words can be heard from the other side. Listening closer, I can pick out Hanako and Lily's voices. As they finish, Lily calls out, "Might that be Hisao?" "Yep, I got the note you left for me." "You can come on in. The door's unlocked." Glad that I managed to get to the right room. I press down on the handle and let myself in. As the door swings open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. Oh. Not that bad. Lily sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas, while on the other side sits Hanako in a nightgown. Being dressed in only my normal school clothes, I feel quite out of place. I steal a quick glance at the lovely sight of those two, my eyes tearing themselves from Lily's long, thin, and pale legs, only with a measure of reluctance. Hi. I think I brought everything that was needed." She smiles and nods. I wonder if she's even aware of the pleasant sight she makes. The thin dark blue silk of her pajamas really suits her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. Hint, hint. The look of her last night, that tentative and almost shy demeanor, seems all but replaced by her coy nature. It's nice to see her confidence return, though. I can't help casting my mind back to how she looked back then. I look to Hanako, who nervously sits opposite her in her gown. It isn't a surprise that she'd wear something so conservative, even though it definitely looks cute. "Hi, Hanako. Happy birthday." Thank you." She's unusually skittish, despite the fact that she's warmed up to me considerably over the weeks we've come to know each other. This is a pretty unusual situation, I guess. No shit. Like, seriously. A guy walks in, and just girls are sitting there in their pajamas, having a cup of tea. "Feel free to take a seat, Hisao. I'll just pour you some tea." "Sure thing." Lily takes a steaming red teapot from the side of the table and gently pours its contents into our teacups, and as I take a seat beside them, sitting my back against a nearby wall. With my senses returned and hormones somewhat calmer. Did I just say calmer? I think I did. I realized that this is the first time I've ever been in Lily's room. The first thing I notice is the ambient smell, just slightly different from that in mine. Probably faint perfume or nail polish. It could be anything of a girl's, really. Tampons. I know they have smelly ones. Hint, none judge. Another is the plain nature of the room, visually. Beige walls, a smart yet unadorned cabinet, the lack of posters or wall hangings. It's strictly... We're only 5 minutes in, got. Utilitarian, something I should have anticipated given her blindness for looking this one up. Okay, so apparently My internet isn't working, so we don't get to look it up. Sorry. The only thing that really seems out of the ordinary is several piles of books sitting on the floor, each reaching from roughly knee-height to waist-height. Some of them have printed titles, others are entirely blank except for dots of braille. The fact that ones with printed titles are uniformly in English is interesting, but not completely unexpected. She didn't even mention her parents impressing the language upon her and Akira, after all. Your room looks nice, Lily. I hear a call of thanks from beside my shoulder. Looking back to Hanako, her gaze is fixed on her lap and her hands are nervously clutching her gown. It's now that I notice why. With these clothes on, the extent of her scarring is far more visible, reaching down her neck and out to cover her right shoulder. Considering this is a party for horror. For horror? I've done that before. No, I'm not gonna laugh. Okay. Oh my god, now I'm yawning. What the fuck? Ugh. Okay. She doesn't really look like she's enjoying the experience now that I'm here. So how old are you turning? 18? Her look of surprise, not at all helped by her total lack of skill at hiding her feelings, shows that she was trying to mentally tune me out. This is really quite awkward. Yes. On the plus side, there's only 2 more years till you can drink, so who's older, you or Lily? Oh my god. Lily, she had her birthday in February. What about yours? Earlier this year, so it's already passed. Unstated is that it passed while I was stuck in the hospital. That was a particularly low point of the experience. Particularly. Conversation with her dries up as quickly as expected. It isn't long before Lily is finished preparing our drinks, setting down the 3 teacups in front of us. I pick mine up, immediately noticing a much stronger aroma and taste than the tea we've been having. Huh, it tastes different than the tea we have in school. It's a different variety, rather than the kind we've been having there. You've never tasted orange japur before? Not that I remember. I usually drink coffee after all, like when we were at town. This is nice, though. As we settle down and sip, Hanako seems to become more relaxed, or at least a bit less tense about my presence. We all finish our cups at about the same time, with Hanako feeling rather badly at hiding her anticipation for the cake that's sitting on the side, begging to be eating. Come to think of it, I'm feeling very eager myself. First things first, though. Lily? Yes, that was good. Each of us knowing exactly what the other means, I lean sideways and dig around my bag for the doll I bought Hanako, as Lily gets up and retrieves her gift. Hiding our gifts in our hands, we present them both on the table at the same time. Happy birthday, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Hanako silently sits, looking at them for seconds on end, out of sheer surprise. My little wooden doll, replete with Victorian-era dress and little hat, lies next to a light brown and fluffy stuffed bear from Lily. She clutches at her gown as she moves to speak, not taking her eyes off the modest presents. Thank you, Lillian. Oh my god, Lily's so much taller than her. That's so ridiculous. She's like she's like half a head taller. It looks so weird too, like they're both undressed. Now I'm yawning, what the fuck? Ugh. Okay. Her voice begins to crack as Lily reaches forward, wrapping her in a soft embrace. The sight of Hanako holding Lily so tightly is heartwarming, so much so that I couldn't wipe the smile off my face even if I wanted to. As Lily gently rests her face on Hanako's head, she speaks so quietly and softly that I can barely hear. Happy birthday, Hanako. Happy birthday, Hanako. You're welcome for that. Happy birthday. Hanako gives a small nod, holding onto Lily for a time before breaking off and wiping an eye. I guess that for Hanako, simply having someone, anyone, to be there and love her would be special. The fact that Lily and I can now share that role for her is something I think I'll always be grateful for. Hanako gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding them both in her chest, as she warms Smiley. As she warmly smiles. For a long time, all three of us simply sit in happy silence. The quiet is not broken until Lily's soft voice beckons. Shall we have out the cake, then? Her proposal is met with two looks of unhidden anticipation. No argument for me. Okay. Phew, that was good. I contentedly sit back, both Lily and Hanako looking just as satisfied with the food as I. It took some effort, but we managed to finish off the cake in one go. Oh my gosh, I don't think that's something you should be proud of. I don't think I could fit any more in. Okay, that's nice to hear. I think next time we'll buy a smaller cake. You see, she's my fucking Mike. I'm never happy with it. Like, please, okay. Hanako and I give a chuckle. Hanako and I give a chuckle, but I can't help noticing that come this time next year, we'll have graduated from Yamaku. Oh, guys, story time. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just show this image so you can just watch this for a while. But yeah, I recently learned that a person was, like, he very much loved this game, so much so that he went through the trouble of trying to saw both of his arms off to try and get in a disabled school so he could fuck 5 bitches. I mean, I'm not saying he's crazy, but he's fucking crazy. Like, he had his friend, like, he cut off one of his arms, and then he wanted his friend to help him with the other one. Like, you know how ridiculous that is? What? I don't understand how, like, how 4D Studios can make a game so empowering it would make somebody want to do that. But whatever. Back to real story time. The fact is somewhat depressing, since I finally feel as if my life is starting to get back into some kind of order. Idly looking around Lily's neat and orderly room, her books catch my eye once again. This may be a little impetuous, while my curiosity gets the better of me. Besides, I don't think she'll mind in any case. Hey Lily, do you mind if I take a look at one of your books? You're quite welcome to, Hisao. That said, if you can overcome 2 language barriers, I'll be quite impressed. 2 English. She gives a nod. I knew you were studying English, but I'm still amazed that you're this proficient at it. One could say it's a perfect way to avoid people borrowing my collection. She says it in jest, but I'm a little disappointed. Having all these books around me with no way of reading them feels like one big tease. Hey, at least you don't put the strip word before that. Hanako giggles quietly as I reach over the closest pile, plucking the topmost book with only a... Can I just restart that? Hanako giggles quietly as I reach over to the closest pile, plucking the topmost book with only the... What? No. Okay. Plucking the topmost... Okay. Oh my god. I'm dying. Plucking the topmost book with only a cursory glance. Death on the Nile in large letters on the cover. Is printed text to be seen. I sit down for a while with the book open on my lap as Lily and Hanako talk. Try as I might to feel out the dots of braille printed on each page. They seem to blend into one another. Oh my... and become indistinct. Oh my gosh. I thought this to be a lot easier than it actually is. With some practice, though, I could see someone with a better sense of touch than mine managing to read at a pretty fast speed. Noticing a silence that had probably begun earlier, I look up from the dotted pages to see Lily smiling as Hanako sips another cup of tea. Is something wrong? Quite the opposite. Your curiosity is quite endearing. I'm inordinately pleased by the praise. Praise? Though I can feel my cheeks heating up a little. Thanks, but I don't know how else I could act. To be honest, I wasn't altogether sure of how you saw us, since you were a new transfer student from another school. If you'd pity us, I would have been quite offended. There's a certain edge to Lily's voice, one that I'd quite possibly place as pride. Glancing over to Hanako, she seems even more subdued than usual, looking towards Lily rather than me. I wouldn't worry about that, considering the position I found myself in. I'm perhaps the last person that should be dispensing pity on others. Oh my... Everything's just going wrong. My parents' first interactions after my heart attack, I wouldn't want anyone to see that kind of face. I catch myself from going any further, but not soon enough. Both of the girls seem to be put off. Lily, especially. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone that far. An awkward silence reigns for a few beats, thankfully ended as Lily's head perks up in a gesture I've come to easily recognize. Do you hear something? What was that? Jimmy fell down the well. Okay. The door. She's like a fucking Jedi. Everyone looks toward it, trusting in Lily's senses. True enough, the door handle shudders and turns, a flash of yellow and black slipping through. Oh shit, it's Akira. Yeah, I know it. Akira Sata is in the house. Happy birthday, Hanako. Ah, thank you. Akira takes a seat at the table as she plops her tall bag beside her. She has her trademark boisterous air about her, making no small deal of her entrance. Hanako clutches her gown to steady herself, but doesn't appear too shaken after she settles down. I guess she must have met Akira before, not a huge surprise given of how close Akira and Lily are. Akira doesn't seem to be the least bit put off by Hanako's scarring, despite its prominence, but she also doesn't pull any punches in how she acts despite Hanako's shy nature. I thought you said you have to work, Akira. Did you manage to get off for a while? Yeah, kinda. I feel bad about ditching the guys doing overtime, so I gotta get back soon. But I feel bad about not coming to your cute little Hanako's birthday too, so for now I'm here. She begins wildly at Hanako, who flowers into a full blush as she pins her eyes downwards toward her lap. Her mouth seems to widen and retract over and over as if she was trying to suppress a smile out of embarrassment. It's a little strange how her reaction seems to be more immediate and forceful than when she's I'm not even looking at the words, I'm just going blind right now. Okay. It's a little strange how her reaction seems to be more immediate and forceful than when she's embarrassed by the way she looks. All she manages to give in return is a tiny nod, failing to hide her appreciation to any great extent. Not that many people give her positive attention, I suppose. It makes me respect how well Akira can handle her, making her so happy compared to what little I could do. Now then, before I go, she reaches into the bag beside her and grandly displays its contents. Oh, we're gonna get white girl wasted. White girl wasted. Okay. Out come 2 large glass bottles, both with long French names on the labels. Hanako's expression is an odd mix of surprise and curiosity, and I suspect mine's no different. Lily, not seeing the proceedings, is oblivious to what's going on. Akira, this isn't... What is it? What is it? Wine, one red, one white. Akira, that's... Drink it. Relax, Frack, it's not like Shizune is here to scold you. Lily has a point. It's not exactly allowed on campus. Or anywhere, really. We're still short of the legal drinking age, remember? Which words for someone practically drilling as they examine a bottle? She got me there. I am genuinely interested in trying some. Even just a little. While Hanako may not be handling one herself, her look does tell me that she's far from opposed to the notion as well. Lily rubs her forehead, giving up the fight that she knows Akira would win due to simply not caring enough about those funny rules and regulations. Just don't breathe a word of this to anyone in the school, please. I beg of you. I'm not stupid, don't worry. That said, I gotta get back to work pretty soon. So soon, but you only just arrived. Sorry, Lily. Good to see you two again, though. And you, Hisao. See you later, then. Goodbye, Akira? Okay, we're gonna experience the bottle in the next episode, guys. I hope you enjoy. I mean, that was episode 26 of Katawa Shoujo. And yeah, it was fun. Now I get the drink. Yeah.